It is quite possible to predict your future success in IT, or lack thereof, by examining your psychological profile. Having worked in IT for more than 2 decades, I've discovered that certain types of knowledge can only be gained through experience. I'm going to share those insights with you. The first key predictor of your success in IT is a particular way of thinking. You should be good at understanding ideas, concepts, and processes. In the Big 5 personality model, the corresponding trait is called openness. It's about being open to ideas and experiences, about curiosity and imagination. It has little to do with being good at mathematics, rather, it's about the ability to see complex phenomena and being able to guess what drives it and what should be changed in order to get the desired output. It is a sort of a natural engineering feeling. A use case of a job for people with high openness may be a developer, a solution or network architect, a business analyst, a data scientist, an IT entrepreneur, or any IT job related to innovations rather than following standards. On the contrary, everything that involves formal processes, rules, regulations, and deadlines requires a high level of conscientiousness. Much of the work in IT revolves around tedious, bureaucratic tasks, particularly in heavily regulated domains such as life science. What's important to understand in the beginning of your IT career is that IT is an incredibly vast field, and the nature of your actual work might vary so much that 2 jobs in IT could look like entirely different professions. This is why it's crucial to understand your strengths. Do you score higher in openness or conscientiousness? For those with high conscientiousness, suitable roles might include compliance officer, tester, developer, technical writer, analyst, data scientist, or any job where adhering to standards takes precedence over creativity. A third, equally important predictor of your success within a corporation is the trait known as agreeableness. There is no room for stars in the corporate world. The ability to communicate effectively and work well within a team is far more valued than individual brilliance. If you are reasonably skilled and good at teamwork, your prospects will be much brighter than those of an unpredictable, self-proclaimed genius. Corporations thrive on predictability, stability, and profit. If you want to be a star, consider seeking a job at a startup, not in a corporate environment. Being considerate, approachable, and helpful is absolutely essential in the corporate world. In service-based companies, we solve clients' problems. Nobody is going to pay you for being arrogant, however smart you may be. At the start of your career, focus on helping clients solve the problems they consider important, rather than pushing your own ideas. Keep your brilliant breakthroughs to yourself for the time being. For example, while you might be tempted to rewrite an application entirely from scratch using the latest and trendiest programming languages, my advice is simple. Don't do it unless there is a genuine demand for it. Later in your career, as a senior specialist or team lead, there will be room to practice disagreeableness when the situation calls for it. Whether that's protecting your team from burnout or resisting unnecessary tasks. But at the start, focus on being helpful, friendly, and humble. A use case of a job for people with high agreeableness might include roles such as a non-authoritarian team lead, who fosters a healthy atmosphere within the team and encourages friendly behavior, a manager who works directly with clients and conducts frequent negotiations, a scrum master or a tutor. Agreeableness is an invaluable trait in any corporate environment and can provide additional benefits to almost any profession, particularly at the early stages of your career. The fourth trait in the Big 5 model is extroversion, which is likely the easiest for the general public to understand. It measures sociability, energy levels, and assertiveness. There is a common stereotype that IT professionals are extremely shy and socially awkward. In reality, the key is to match your role to your natural preferences. If you prefer working alone, there are plenty of opportunities to focus quietly on your computer while keeping essential meetings to a minimum. Generally, the least you'll need to participate in is one daily meeting, which is often referred to as the daily stand-up or simply a daily. The name originates from the idea that standing during the meeting encourages brevity, as people naturally want to finish quicker when they're on their feet. However, the reality is that most meetings nowadays are held remotely, so you'll typically just hear or occasionally see your colleagues on the screen. For those who are more extroverted, there is high demand for technical experts who can work closely with others. Roles such as managers, team leads, scrum masters, tutors, and public speakers, those delivering talks at conferences and events, are all well suited to people with high levels of sociability and energy. To summarize the extroversion trait, it doesn't really matter how extroverted you are, as long as you find a position that aligns with your natural tendencies and preferences. The fifth and the final trait in the Big 5 model is neuroticism. This refers to an individual's tendency to experience negative emotions such as anxiety, fear, sadness, irritability, and self-doubt. People who score high in neuroticism may struggle with emotional stability and be more susceptible to stress, whereas those who score low are generally calmer, more emotionally resilient, and less affected by life's challenges. In the vast world of IT, there are thousands of poorly managed companies and projects. Management, driven by greed, often sets unrealistic deadlines just to secure a contract. When the team, despite doing their best, fails to meet these deadlines, pressure from management inevitably increases. While labour laws in the European Union provide protection against overwork and discourage employees from working outside regular hours or on holidays, the situation in many other locations can be quite different. It's not uncommon for employees to try to compensate for management failures with extra working hours, which can lead to nervous breakdowns. To avoid getting caught in this kind of scenario, it's always advisable to discuss deadlines and expectations regarding extra work during your job interview. Yes, it can feel intimidating to raise these topics with a recruiter or company representative at your first job interview. You might worry that expressing concerns will cost you the opportunity. However, counterintuitively, the more specific and direct you are about things such as extra hours and duties, the more respect you are likely to command. Remember, interviewers don't know you yet. They value you as much as you value yourself. If you're happy to take on extra work, say so. If you're absolutely unwilling to work on holidays, be clear about it. The key is to remain reasonable. For example, working on a Saturday every 3 months to ensure a product release, especially if it comes with double compensation, might be completely acceptable. However, regularly covering for management blunders by putting in extra hours at your own expense is a sure path to burnout, particularly for individuals with high neuroticism. There are several free Big 5 personality tests available online, and I strongly encourage you to take one. With the knowledge you've gained here, you'll be able to interpret your results and determine what kind of work is best suited for your personality. Are you drawn to a highly creative startup position with no clear responsibilities or routines? Or do you prefer the structured role of a compliance officer, ensuring the company adheres to government regulations? What about development, testing, process optimization, or staffing? The answer depends on who you are, so choose wisely.